Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's me, Sean John, aka the Moving Biz CEO. Thank you for everybody who hit the channel up. Thanks for everybody. I want to say a big shout out to everybody who's leaving these well-constructed comments about the videos, about the tutorials, about the masterclass. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that's new to the channel. Consider hitting subscribe, consider hitting thumbs up. Thank you for hitting the channel up. And let's get into it. So, a lot of times people wonder where I get my subjects from, right? So how I determine, like, what is it I'm going to talk about? Well, a lot of it is feedback from the Moving Biz CEO Facebook page, the group page, and you're welcome to follow over there. You're welcome to follow Moving Biz CEO on Instagram as well. But a lot of time I get these questions in my DM, and so I try to break some of this stuff down because somebody's company may be one piece of good advice away from being very, very successful. So I try to get as much information as I can, as much good content as I can. So all I ask in return is that, hey, you comment, let me know what you think about it, subscribe, thumbs up, and hey, I appreciate it. So today we're going to talk about something that's really, really crucial. It's something I'm not a fan of, but it is a part of the business, especially the service business, the service industry that we're in. What is that? The stars, right? The review, the idea that you can grade a business. It's essentially just a grading, just a way to grade businesses, right? Just a grading scale. So by the way, if you don't know, you've probably been hiding under a rock. If you get 5 stars, that's usually typically good. Whereas if you get 1 star, it's usually typically bad. I always think that you should go anywhere between 3, 4, and 5. I feel like it's okay to let a 3 slip in sometimes because it legitimizes your reviews, right? Because customers are not stupid. They'll see you have 150 reviews, all 5 stars, right? And so customers are aware that a lot of reviews are fake. Not saying that I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying that stuff is out there and customers know it, they understand it. And so even when I'm looking at things, I'm going, man, all these companies 5-star, that doesn't make any sense. They're all perfect, right? So today we're going to talk about why good customers leave bad reviews. I'll say it again. Why good customers, happy customers, leave bad reviews, right? Because if you're like me, you've been out there and you feel like, man, I did a bang up job. I smashed it. We crushed it. We did excellent. And then you get home, you get that alert and it's like, hey, Miss Cynthia left a review. And Miss Cynthia, who was so nice to you, tipped your guys, loved on you, just whatever, right? Make the day easy. Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about wrapping that old picture. Don't worry about that. And then as soon as she get that box, unwrap the picture and the frame is cracked. Uh-oh, she's going to Google. She's going to Google and she's going to tell on you. And it's going to affect your phone calls and your marketing, because this is a major part of your marketing. I wish it wasn't that way, but unfortunately it is, right? So let's talk about 3 things. I'm not gonna give you 5, I'm not gonna give you 6, not even 4, just 3 things. I like to keep it short. I could go on and on because I can do this stuff in my sleep off the top of my head because I love marketing, branding so much. So again, guys, let's go ahead and cover this real quick. So why do good customers leave bad reviews? By the way, if you have an answer, just go ahead and drop it. If it's different than mine, go ahead and drop it because you might help somebody, right? And so that's all we want to do. So the first thing I'm going to focus on, let's switch the colors so you guys can see this. But here's the first thing I'm looking at. Number 1, these are things I need to know about my customers. And so I know them, I'm aware, and I want you to be aware, right? So the first thing, why good customers leave bad reviews? First thing you need to know about your customer is your customer is very, very emotional. Now, this could be a good thing, this could be a bad thing. If they're good emotional, 5 stars. If they're bad emotional, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, right? Or you get the stars, like you get the messages like I used to get when I first started. I wish I could leave a 0 star. I wish I could leave a negative star, right? That's how bad we were, jacked up, right? And so your customers are very, very emotional. And so you have to take that into consideration, that your customers are very, very emotional. Moving is a high stress zone, right? So they're very emotional, they're not very logical, and you have to understand that they're going into this move very, very stressed out. there's probably something going on that's stressing them out. It could be a bad move, having to move, whatever reason. So even if it's a good move, they got a house and stuff, they're still stressed out about moving, right? They're way more emotional than logical. And so you have to keep that in mind, that they'll go from 0 to 100 real quick, right? Like the song says. And that could be in a positive or a negative. So you have to work hard to influence that lack of logic that they're going to be using. So you got to work hard to kind of control their emotions, right? So you got to think like that. You have to think about that, right? Here's another one, and these are just mine. You're probably not going to get these on all these other videos that get 1 million, 2 million views. I understand. I don't flow with everybody else. If you guys want me to teach you what everybody else teach you, that's fine. If you want me to teach you what goes on in my head, what goes on in my mind, that's not traditional, that's not like everybody else, then drop a 1 in the comments if you want me to keep doing it this way. But if you want me to be like everybody else, just let me know, all right? All right, second thing you need to know about your customer. Your customers are very, very powerful. Now, all right, so let me explain. Your customers are very, very powerful. They're emotional, we know, we kind of control that process up and down, whatever the case, right? But you also need to know, and I need you guys to know this tremendously, that your customers are very, very powerful. They understand, whether you know it or not, believe it or not, it doesn't matter. They understand the power of reviews. So what do? They leverage that power against you, right? Raise your hand if you've had to give money back for simple mistakes that could have been overlooked, that they even understand was a complete accident. The customer comes to you and say, I know it was an accident, it's not even a big deal, but still can I get some money back, right? So the customers leverage that. They'll even leverage the reviews where they'll come to you and say, hey, listen, Johnny, man, you guys did great. I was just about to go online and give you a great review. And then all of a sudden I noticed, a scratch on my door. And so I hate to have to put that on there, but what can you and I do to work that out? And they know to come to you because if you watch my other video, which has been blowing up, I appreciate that, then you know that customers are very smart. They use these things as leverage. And once they find out you're the owner, there's nobody else above you to negotiate with, you're in trouble. They're going to negotiate with you until they're blue in the face. And if it doesn't work, they're going to threaten you by leveraging that. So customers are very powerful. They'll leverage these reviews against you and get whatever they want. They can literally get half their money back in some cases. Because all they have to say is, hey, I want to leave that great review, man, but I hate to leave this 1-star review. When they say stuff like that, you already know what they're aiming to do. You better start negotiating. Nothing under 50 bucks if it's something simple, right? 25 is not money. 50 bucks will give you a flex, and I'd probably do a video about this, how to negotiate. In fact, if you want that video about how to negotiate any damages, so we don't have to go into the claim. Do you guys understand that? I'm getting off subject, but do you guys understand that you don't have to go through a claim process? You can actually work it out in the home. You just got to understand the value of what the product is versus what you brought to the table. You have to understand where to meet the customer to make this a friendly offer.